Good day, everyone. Welcome again to our class on English 116 Campus Journalism. This is Maureen Vargas Abelia, your reporter. We are now on the continuation of the report on Module 3, and my topic is all about sports news.
Sports news. The parts of sports has transformed the trading area by showing various changes with its importance and profitability felt by everyone. At the present time, an important reason for the sports to become popular is most of the youngsters who yields money and chose the sports not only for pleasure but also as a profession. In this case, mass media become the driving power to have the sports reach to a large masses of people. It has big function in sports, where sports news and the sports section of a newspaper, which the sports writer reports the senses of sports and game. A U.S. president once termed or popularized prioritizing the reading of a sports page over any other pages of paper, because he reasoned out that reading the sports page inspired him, since accordingly to a sports page, it contains human struggles and victories, triumphs over adversities, goals set, and dreams achieved. We are inspired by these athletes, how they overcome the odds to win, and how they struggled from humble beginning to become the world's champion. It was from Kenito Hansen. The Greeks, who popularized the Olympics, would temporarily stop their wars to give way for the staging of Olympics. Sports has become a global stage where nations and races vie and compete with one another in the name of excellence and friendship. Sports pages include sports news, features, editorial, column editorial, cartoon, letter to the editorial, and many more. So, what is sports news? Sports news uses the principles, leads, and format of news. It is written in one sentence or in a one paragraph format. A sports writer is allowed to exaggerate his coverage and writings of the news. It gives the readers who, the what, the where, the when, the why, and the how of the sports event. It tells the readers the highlights of the games and how the games won. Sports news has developed and has used vocabularies called sports lingos. Every game or sports has lingos of their own. Sports lingo is the collection of terminology of every sports. Sports features is an essential aspect of sports coverage, meant to complement, add human interest, and meaning to day-to-day coverage of sporting events. Sports column is a collection of columnists who want to voice their own opinions on whatever sports topic they seem fit. Here are some of the examples of the sports lingos. First, basketball. In basketball, we have quintet, zone defense, 5 rebound, rally, man-to-man, K-hole area, 30-second clock, long tom, tip in, press, steals, hole rebounds, point guard, home court, advantage, and playmaker. Volleyball. In volleyball, we have booming service, net ball, spikes, change court, wallop, best attacker, best receiver, best server, best blocker, best digger, and best setter. Block, 2 out of 3, block his skill, and spike clear. Next, we have Sipa. Sipa has fancy kick, dead ball, single, ball on play, and double. Tennis has also sports lingos, straight sets, singles, smash out, cut doubles, half volleys, passing shots, good serving, grass court, backhand volley, double fault, and lost serve. In boxing, they have this round-by-round, slugfest, flyweight, welterweight, jab, uppercut, ring, knockout loss, landed a left body blow, lightweight, super featherweight, and split decision. In baseball or softball, they have diamond, pitcher, shortstop, southpaw, shutout, backstop, pegged at third, swatters, pitcher's mound, hit a home run, fails to make a catch, deep center, fielder, strikeout, and innings. This is the lingos of golf: hole-in-one, birdie, bogey, par, fired a 7 under 64, behind the green, one-shot lead, tee off, four-stroke lead, sprint down the fairway, hit pivotal shots, hole clutch puts, carded a 2 under par 70. In soccer football, they have goalie, fullback, corner kick, pigskin, penalty kick, centrada, and corner kick. Track events has the following lingos: breasted the tape, dashes, hurdles, burned the cinders, relay, clocked a new record, photo finish, middle distance runner, anchorman, pass the baton, bore down on him, and break the record. And we also have in cycling events: wheel by wheel, remate, multi-lap, yellow jersey, and lead back. Sports news is classified into three. First, we have advanced news. Advanced news give backgrounders some unusual and exciting games that teams have played before games, may report the records of the teams or individual players in the current season, their physical and mental condition. Coverage story. Sports writer must be punctual in covering sports events so as not to miss the sidelights during the opening of the game. It tells the reaction of the crowds and the cheers of many competing teams, and as well as the supporters. It gives facts for his in-depth sports story. Follow-up story. Furnish post-mortem analysis. May discuss the condition of players injured or the psychological aspects of the game, or may take up the statistics and their significance. Sports articles to be more colorful, interesting, and exciting for the readers thrive on the following. First, data on the significance of the game. Second, backgrounds and records of players or athletes. Third, coaches and their stints and records. Fourth, countries that set records of the game. Fifth, weather condition. Sixth, behavior of the audience. Seventh, highlights of the game. Eighth, star players and athletes and their records. Ninth, statements and quotations of coaches and athletes. 10th, strengths and weaknesses of team and athletes. 11th, host countries and venues of the game. 12th, strategies used by the coaches, players, and teams to win the games. Sports news writing. Sports writing is fun, but it is also hard work. The writer must impart to the reader drama and excitement he sees in the fields. The manner of reporting athletic events varies with the sport. Sports writing is livelier because the writer deals with physical motion and action. Writing the sports news. Sports writer must be guided by the 5 W's in writing sports news. The reporter uses short words, short sentences, and short paragraphs. He has freedom in his writing style and has more pep. Parts of the sports news. Sports news is divided into 3: the lead, the body, and the conclusion. Lead.
usually gives the summary of the game or event. It provides the reader's results, the scores, the star players or heroes, the venue, the time of the sport event. The lead answered the 5 W's and each question. The 5 classics W's lead. It answers who won, against whom, by what score, where, when, and how. For example, Capsu poured 10 baskets in the last 3 minutes to edge out the FCU, 65-63 at the opponent's home ground yesterday afternoon. The leads in sports news coverage are written using the key play, key player, and analytical ways. Key play is observed in the lead when the key play or strategy used by the players or team is instrumental in the victory of the team or the athlete. Example, the CNHS Sluggers bombed the RCSPC Batters with 6 runs in the 3rd inning to subdue a nerve-fizzling RCSPC rally 14-12 as they clinched the invitation games here in connection with the celebration of Sports Week. Key player tells the reader the main hero of the game and his heroic exploits that brings victory to the team. Example, Warner Cross of DLSU, after almost 4 hours of battle over the chessboard, coped the most coveted YMCA trophy after outwinning ADMU Chess's Christian Manuel in 27 moves of Sicilian defense. Analytical way tells the perceptions, opinion, comparison, contrast, analysis, and other views of the writer about the game, the significance of the win, and other data that make the event or game interesting and more colorful. For example, riding high on sizzling spikes and tricky placing, the NDDU netters blasted RMMC Killers in the crucial 3rd set to win 15-10, 11-15, and 15-17 in the intercollegiate meet, September 21 at the Acheron Sports Complex to celebrate the Education Month. Body provides the readers other data of the game, like the spectacular plays, play-by-play account of the game, the highlights of the event, the strategies used by the players and coaches to ensure victory, and other relevant data of the game. Conclusion may contain significant victory of the game, of the team or athlete, their next game outings, and the statement of the players. Qualities of the sports writer. Number 1. Must be a natural descriptive writer who can paint a quick verbal picture. Number 2. Must have a feeling and genuine love for the sports. Number 3. Training is important in this form of editorial life. Number 4. Must always be in struggle in finding new words, new ways to describe punches, and new ideas for the stories. Number 5. Must be endowed with a keen memory. Number 6. Must use the specialized language of the particular sports he is reporting. Number 7. Must be fair and unbiased. Number 8. Must observe accuracy in his article write-ups. Number 9. Must not make comments without supporting them with facts. Number 10 and last, must know the coaches and players as intimately as possible. Sports writer's duty. The main objective of the sports writer is to serve the readers by writing stories, either amateur or professional in nature. The sports stories might vary depending upon the significance of the athletic event. Sports writer duty bound to write a complete play-by-play report of a major event is to write a simple story for the average readers, to give information objectively for the readers at the sports section. Sample of sports news. Sample of sports features. Sample of sports column. Sample of sports editorial. Sample of a letter to the sports editor.
That was the end of my report. I hope you learned something from me. Take care and God bless.